ZHIYUN keeps putting out incredible products for filmmakers and content creators. And today we have two products that are really solid and also very affordable. Links are down below in the description of this video to purchase these lights. And there's a special sale for the first month or so, at least until supplies last, for these lights at a discounted price point. So make sure you act fast. The first light is the Cinepeer CX100, which may look very familiar to you as it basically looks exactly like the Molis X100, but there's a few key differences. So here's the CX100. I mean, it looks almost identical to the X100, but the CX100 is a budget alternative to the X100, and there's a few key differences, starting with you can't detach the battery of the CX100. So this battery right here, it's kind of like a battery grip handle. That's what they refer to this battery handle as. It's also a grip. It's got a nice little rubber attachment here so you can hold the light. I also use it sometimes as like its own little tripod where I'll set it up vertically like this and film, like use it as a background light or something like that. But in the CX100, you can't detach this battery. The X100 right here has a little battery slot that you can just pop this battery in and out of. And now this light is a little more versatile and portable, but you can't do that with the X100. This honestly doesn't really bother me that much because I always have the battery attached to my X100. I don't really ever take it off. You can run the light without the battery, but I usually just keep it on anyway, so it's really not that big of a deal. There's also no LED display like there is on the back of the X100. You also don't get the full color range, so the CX100 is limited to 3500 Kelvin to 5100 Kelvin. And I believe the Molis X100 goes down to like 2700 Kelvin or up to maybe 6200 or 6300 Kelvin as well. So you just get the full color spectrum with the Molis X100. And the final main difference is with the CX100, you don't get any app control, and with the X100 you do. So those are the main differences, but as far as specs are concerned, I've done a full review of the Molis X100, and a lot of those pros apply to the CX100 as well, including this light is super bright. It's 3881 lux, which is very bright at 100% output. Power delivery options include DC power, USB-C power, as well as the built-in battery pack. Obviously in the X100, you can detach the battery pack, and in the CX100, it's attached to the unit full time. Both of them feature this built-in cooling system so that the light does not overheat when using, and they're both bi-color temperature, so you can get both warmer and cooler Kelvin temperatures out of each of these. I've really enjoyed using this light. It feels really futuristic to me and is an indicator as to where the LED lighting game is probably going to head in the near future. For most of these lighting companies and manufacturers, creators really are on the hunt for smaller and lighter lighting equipment. I just think about a lot of the lights that I have and used in the past are really heavy and bulky, and their carrying cases take up so much space when traveling. It's totally prohibitive for having a case that big if you're trying to fly and stay lightweight when traveling. So all of those are considerations when thinking about what lighting you're gonna purchase right now, and ZHIYUN is doing such a great job at staying ahead of the pack and producing really high quality lighting at an affordable price point. So that's the Cinepeer CX100, basically a budget version of the Molis X100. But ZHIYUN also just released the CM25. I love this little light. It's basically a smaller and a little bit less bright version of the 5-ray M40. I really like the way that this light looks. It's a really sleek look with an all white finish around the white and the sides, and then the rear is this gray with a nice white accent, the 25-watt logo there. It really is just a cool looking light. Both of these lights have a really high CRI, which means that this light is just really color accurate, so that if you're shining the light on your subject or yourself, you can rest assured that this light is gonna render colors and skin tones accurately, so you don't have to do a bunch of color correction in post. I've really enjoyed using this little light as an accent or a fill light, but one of the things that you can do as well is use it as a key light if you're someone who's really budget minded and you have a really small space. I'm using currently a really large softbox overhead from a light from Godox, okay? This is a really powerful light, and it's probably at about, 30 or 40% power right now. But this at 100% power, if I place it exactly where my current key light is, you can see it's overpowering my key light currently. So at 100% output, let's see what I'd have to bring it down to. So I'm at, looks like right around, what are we at? We're at 50%. At the same placement. That's probably about the output that you need. 50% of this light in the exact same placement would get me about the same output of what I'm getting from my Godox light right now. And this light is of course by color temperature, so I can go up to 6200 Kelvin right now, so it's a pretty cool temperature, and all the way down to 2700 Kelvin, so really nice warm look. This would be nice for like a little accent or something. Oh, look at that. That looks great. I need to integrate this into my scene. A nice little warm backlight. Okay, I like that. One thing I have noticed with this light is that I can hear the internal fan kick on. Let's see if I can get it on right now so you can hear. Okay, I've had this on 100% power for a couple minutes. You hear the fan? It's pretty intense, and obviously I'm putting it right next to my microphone, so you wouldn't do that normally. But you know, if you're in an accent position, like a background light or a key light, some sort of accent, you're not gonna have it that close to your microphone, so you shouldn't be able to hear it. But even right now, I can hear it powering up more and more. It's a pretty loud fan. That's really the only con I have for this light, especially considering the price point. At a $69 price point, retail is incredible. And if you buy this early, you can get it for as low as I think $45 or so. To me, this is just a no-brainer to add to anyone's production kit. The CX100 retails at $199, but if you purchase quickly and use my discount code, you'll be able to get it for as low as like $130, upwards of like $150, $160. So depending on the time you're watching this video, the price point may vary, but retail is $200. But you certainly can get it for a lower price point on sale or using my creator code. I have links down in the description below to purchase both of these lights. I highly recommend them and you should definitely check them out. Thanks so much for taking time to watch this video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you have not already. You can check out another video right here on this channel. Thanks so much, guys. Much love.